Hello everyone, and welcome to the Dice Commando YouTube channel. I'm Andrew, with you here as always. This is the Commando Cast, a video cast about all things Star Wars Destiny. This video and others like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. Please show your support with a like and subscribe, and be sure to hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss any new videos. If you want to get involved with the channel, consider becoming a channel member. There are many benefits to channel membership, including access to our Discord, exclusive deck tech and strategy videos, and the opportunity to help create channel content. I want to sincerely thank all our channel members, as I truly couldn't do this without your support. You guys rock. Go Commando. Hello Star Wars Destiny folks, good morning and welcome back to the Commando Cast here on Dice Commando. Today I'm joined by Rockntroll, the set lead designer for ARH 4, Unlikely Heroes, and today we are going to be talking with him about set design, what he expects to see from the set, as well as drop in some hot spoilers. Hey folks, thanks for tuning in today for a very, very exciting cast. So honored to be here with Rockntroll. How's it going, my friend?
Yeah, doing well. It's a nice evening here in Greece.
Yeah, it's morning here. We were able to shoot the gap between a class, so we don't have screaming kids in the background. So
yeah, looking good.
Yeah, good news. Yeah, you're here. We reached out, or you reached out to me, and we were able to get this coordinated. Why don't you tell people a bit about yourself, your background with Destiny, and why you decided to kind of jump on the grenade of being the Set 4 lead?
So I'm George, also known as Rockntroll in the Discord servers. I've been playing Destiny since the very beginning, since Awakenings. I remember back in the day here in Greece, we had almost no product. We just had the starters. I assume it was the same all around. We had a few lucky people who managed to grab a few booster boxes, and all of us were just playing with our two starters and just enjoying the game. And that back and forth was, I think, the most important part, the thing that made us all love this game. That and the whole theme pairings and the mechanics thing. We are all on the same page. So I continued played through SOR and then all the way through covert missions, our last set. I've been organizing some events here in Greece, and after FFG's announcement that the game's ending, I said, no, we can't let that happen. We need to go on. We need to find a way to continue. And then ARH was formed. I applied for a designer spot, and I was lucky enough to be picked. So I'm part of the design team since FA, and here we are with set 4, Unlikely Heroes, still going strong. I think we're all trying to make this a fun game for everyone.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, obviously, you know what everyone's excited about is you here to hear about the next set, and we're kicking off spoiler season officially today. But before we get there, can you talk to us a bit about kind of what's your overall design philosophy approach to ARH4?
So our number one goal is and should always be having fun. So we have a main theme for all our sets so far. So it was the Fallen Order for FA, and for this set it should be the Clone Wars. That's a more generic theme, but lots of the cards will be inspired or from the Clone Wars. So that's our theme for the set. So we tried to incorporate a few new mechanics without going too crazy. This would be a new first set of the block. I know we're not doing blocks anymore, but it should be the one playing the role of the first set of the block if we had the blocks. So we did try to help and identify which archetypes need some love, especially with Convergence rotating out. Some very, very important and strong cards are rotating out. People are used to playing them. I know they won't be around for they'll be around for 1 month, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So they might return in the form of a reprint list, but not yet. So it should be a set that's aimed towards both the casual and the competitive player. It should provide tools for everyone. It will have some obvious thematic pairings, but it will also have some cards that you need to work around to find a good use for them. And that's with all our sets, not this one. We try to have a continuity between our sets, not doing uh, crazy stuff with each different set. Kind of coordinating how what we had and what we will have. We will be introducing some new mechanics that won't be explored in depth and are like design depth for future sets. And there's some obvious design space. If we're creating new cards, we can have new dice sides, new pay sides, new colors, cards of multiple colors, events with dice, new keywords, and the list goes on. At each set, I think we will be picking and toying with some of those design choices, and we'll see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
We have some of them in this set, and I think people will be very excited to try them out.
Okay, well, awesome. Yeah, I mean, you brought up Convergence rotating out. That's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a very big deal
So
actually.
I'll be very interested in this set to see, right, because for so long, I mean, it feels like for the last 2 years or so, if you had the leader keyword, we're like, whoa, leader's really good. And
Yeah, and suddenly so many leaders are rotating.
yeah, like I don't know, like I mean, I don't know. We'll see what's in your set, but leader may not be as strong come your set, right?
Yeah,
Or maybe it's getting more stuff, and I don't know. We'll see. That's going to be something I'm looking for. That's going to be very
yeah,
interesting to me.
exactly. It should be really interesting identifying which power cards are rotating out. Now that you said the leaders, a very powerful leader card was Mega Blasters for
Mm-hmm.
villain. So villain supports is already in a tough spot in the meta, I think. And having Mega Blasters rotating out will make it even harder. So we are considering all those stuff when creating new cards and when we are remaking the reprint list for the set.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. So within the current meta, what do you see as not necessarily problems, but what do you see as some areas where you think could be improved, and how do you as the designer, how do you correct those?
Well, first of all, I need to be honest here. I had very, very few games within the high stakes meta. I was extremely busy in the last few months and will be for the next couple of months. I mean, after the release event, I've played just a handful of games, but I do know what's going on. I do watch the streams, I do watch videos, your videos included. That's some interesting gameplay. And I think since the very beginning, we can identify that red and yellow hero were very, very strong, either in the form of Mando and Sniper, which was the winning deck in the release event. But we should not forget Jin Han or any sort of hero pilots. They're in a very, very strong position. And all of those only got stronger with the new reprint list.
Mm-hmm.
So we also need to note that Chiarimonti is extremely strong as well, mainly because of the reprint list again. And he is a bit restricting. Some archetypes are non-existent. For example, I think hero cannot play mill. Just literally doesn't don't have the heroes don't have the cards to play mill. Villain can try to play mill, but with Ancient around, it was already not a strong deck, and now it's even worse.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to consider those and fix them. It, I don't think they need fixing, but we should be considering those when creating the new cards and creating the new replay list. Keep in mind, I'm not in charge of balance, but all those things are were considered by our design team in the creation of the new set.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fair enough. So, I mean, you kind of led right into it. So, talk to us about the reprint lists. What did that do to your testing and your design, right? Because you guys were doing this presumably well before the reprint list was identified. So, did that just throw everything up, or did you kind of have a plan what was going to happen, or talk to us about that?
Yeah, we knew that the current reprint list will not be the same one as the set 4 reprint list. So we started the design phase without anything as a given. I mean, we wouldn't say, okay, field medic is rotating out. We are sure it will be legal.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't settled on anything. So we started with no reprint list in mind. When the current reprint list was released, we knew that this wouldn't be the case when the set came out. So we said to playtesters, do not test with that reprint list. It will be different when the set comes
Mm.
out.
I see.
So we had a parallel reprint list and we're testing, tweaking, changing it, getting some feedback from the current one, what did work and what didn't work. And what I can say, while there's a very interesting list and lots of cards that were screaming Destiny to me, I think that All Star approach wasn't as successful as we thought it would be.
Mm-hmm.
So you should expect a different reprint list. Yeah, I cannot provide any more info at the moment, but it should be very different. Cards that were very restricting will not be there. Some other cards that are faction defining will be there. And as you said, we don't need to reinvent the wheel in some things. Like Flank is a great card. We shouldn't remake Flank number two. If we wanted to do that, we'd just reprint Flank.
Mm-hmm.
Say Block or Dodge are some cards that don't need to be remade. We could just reprint them. So expect to have some classic cards that are balanced and faction defining, and some other cards which will work well with our set.
Mm-hmm.
Like while we're designing, we said, "Oh, it would be nice to have that card back. Oh, that would be a nice combo with said card," and some of those will be included in the new reprint list.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, that's what it sounds like. Is that for the latter half of your testing? I mean, maybe I'm not sure on your timelines, but it sounds like you were mostly done with design, or at least overall for the concept, and then you kind of just had to work out the balance. But it sounds like there was like a parallel balance going on, or a parallel testing going on.
We actually started testing pretty soon this time around. We had a design team of fire this time, so I need to thank everyone in the team. We had actually two experienced designers, Atomisk and Rebel Traitor. They're both excellent designers. We know what they're capable. They've worked on the previous three sets, and we also had two new designers, Echo 3 of Clubs and Echo 7. Uh, they they all did an amazing job. Uh, I'm impressed, especially from the new guys. They were so excited about the whole concept. They were throwing ideas. They were helping around. Everyone in the team was amazing. I think we had a beautiful design phase as usual, and without them, we would have nothing.
No, awesome, awesome. Well, I know I'm excited about it. So to that end, why don't you walk us through the spoilers? So I'll put the first one up, and if the hint hadn't already been there already from the backdrop, these guys know what I've been waiting for. So here we go. So it's my girl Bo-Katan. So tell us about Bo-Katan.
So the first thing you will notice, that's a parallel die. That's actually her die from Way of the Force.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 3 gun, 2 melee, 1 shield, 1 resource, and the special. So the special says deal 3 unblockable indirect damage to an opponent, which is something interesting. And she's 13, 16 points and 13 health. She has the big treatment, not the 17 ones, but the 16. She can be paired with Ahsoka, obviously, for a thematic pairing. You have to choose which one will be the single die and which one will be the elite here. And the power action reads you're actually forcing an opponent to resolve one of the die swing damage, and then you resolve one of your own, increasing its value by 1. So, thematically speaking, she is willing to take a blow if that means that she will heal back harder.
Mm-hmm.
So, she's a leader, she's a trooper, she has strong damage sides, although mixed, and she's very tanky with the 13 health. And Yellow Trooper, leader, strong subtypes. I think she will be very interesting to play around to see where she fits.
Yeah, the
What do you
13
think?
health on a 16 pointer is that's beefy, right? So
Yeah, it's very beefy.
yeah. Actually, it's funny you brought up the Ahsoka thing because that's actually where my head went. That I think running single die Ahsoka is not bad because then you can go the weapon Jarkai package, and
Yeah, exactly.
I think they target Bo for. I mean, maybe not. I guess maybe they go, but it feels bad to go for the single die character first. So you make them make some tough choices, right? So yeah, I like it. So, are there any fun stories behind this? I mean, how did you guys end up on? The special deal 3 unblockable indirect. That's definitely a new thing for Destiny, right? So, how did you kind of come up with that, or what led to that?
Yes, after we decided that we should include Bo-Katan in the set, we asked, okay, do we have an old die we could reuse? Does it make sense? And we actually did that for a lot of cards in the set, so expect to see more parallel dice than you're used to. And we thought that the die had potential. It's an interesting die. It's a big die. It has a special. We can make the special do whatever. We can give her a power action, and we actually toyed with quite a few versions, both for her power action and her unblockable, the special. We thought she needed to be aggressive, and she is. She has 3 different big damage sides, and the idea of the unblockable indirect just struck us and say, okay, that's interesting. That's something new. Let's try that. And we actually tried it, and it proved pretty interesting, especially in a meta where shields were very often with blue hero around. So that's how we ended up there. So every card went through, I don't know, a million iterations. I think out of the 3 sets I'm involved, this might be the one with the most changes during design phase and during playtesting phase. So it's very, very interesting where she ended up. Her point cost did change, her health would change. Everything was moving up and down until we think we arrived at the correct cost. We might always be wrong, but she seemed pretty good in testing.
Yep. Well, I think everybody's going to be looking for 14-point characters. I think that's pretty safe to say. Yep. So awesome. All right. Well, let's take us to the next card. So this is Mandalorian Vault, a 1-cost yellow support. Discard the support if it has 2 or more damage on it. Action: spot a blue character, exhaust the support, and place 1 damage on it to remove a character die. So my first take on this one is that BDL, Big Luke, and Satine, right? It's his typical pair. That one likes this. Problem is he loses Satine, so we will see on that. But yeah, kind of walk us through this one.
You can try Quill in Satine's place. That was the idea behind Quill in the first place. We said, okay, Satine will rotate at some point, and it's something new. Mm-hmm. So Mandalorian Vault, it's one of our cards that has a different spawn requirement than its own color. It's a yellow card that has spot blue. You will see this little theme a lot in the set. It's actually something we wanted to try, and it's very interesting, forcing at least 2 or maybe even 3 colors, but then you have a dead card if the X set character goes down. If you can get full value out of it, it's 1 resource for 2 removal, which is pretty good. But there's always the risk of losing your blue character and not getting the value you wanted out of it. So I think it's a fair card. Keep in mind it's unique, so having 2 of those won't be that oppressive. And I think that's one of our new removals that has an interesting twist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this your point about being unique is valid because there's nothing that makes this leave the table, right? So even after it's got 2 damage on it, you can't just play another one.
You have to discard it if it has 2 damage.
Oh, it does say discard. Oh, so I take that back. Yeah. Oh, so okay, so you can only have okay, so never mind then. And there are ways because not Chopper, Bucket, right? Doesn't Bucket move damage, or is he resources?
He does resources. I'm not sure about damage. He might be. I think he does. He also does works with damage.
Yeah, I think he does. So
might be another combo.
Yeah, maybe there's a Bucket thing, and he's CM. So yeah, maybe Mandalorian Bucket.
He'll still be around.
Yeah,
yep. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Keep alive your blue character and also have a yellow one in the first place, which should be a good card to include in your deck.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, I mean, that's, like I said, my head went to BDL first just because he's so big and beefy. He'll always, because you don't like need to spot a yellow to get it in. You can always play it and
Yeah,
spot the
exactly.
blue. So, okay, great. And then our last spoiler today is you just got me the brand new version like a little bit ago.
Yeah.
Strike a deal. So walk us through this one.
So that's another removal. So the card reads remove a die showing a value of 1 or more. Then each opponent gain resources equal to half that value rounded up. So in the early game, it's a risky card. I don't know if you want to remove a 3 side and give your opponent 2 resources first round. I don't think you do most of the times. We had the limitation of 1 or more, so you just don't remove blanks and specials for free. And I think it's a very nice removal for 0. It's conditional, as any 0 removal should be. And it gets better the later the game is. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it will provide some interesting plays and choices to the player having. So do you play it for 0, remove your opponent's 2 damage and give them a resource early? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. So it will force decisions, and that's the very interesting part about it.
Yeah, we'll see how many 5 and 7 sides we have in this next set.
Yeah, probably not too many.
Fair enough. All right, great. Well, those are the spoilers. So I think overall, what kind of obviously we know that you want it to be successful, but what does that mean, and what does that mean to you, and then what do you hope to see come out of this?
So we were always trying to, as you said, having fun is our number one goal with every set. And for every person involved in this whole endeavor, that's the only reason they're doing it. We're doing it for our own enjoyment, and we're trying to provide the most interesting cards we can actually make and send them to people to have fun with, as we said. So having fun will might come from having a close game, having a nice back and forth with your opponent, but it can also come from playing your ideal pairings, playing
Mm-hmm.
the characters that you love, and actually making any junky deck with them. This will also be fun for some people, or having a competitive game will also be fun for another part of people. So we try to please as many people are possible. We try to give. There will always be some thematic pairings that the cards that are obviously meant to be paired together, and they have the synergy will be there, and their points cost will match, and the one will spot the other or whatever. And we try to create some tools for a wide variety of decks. We tried to identify characters that were always interesting but never had the time to shine. So we made a few tools for them. We might help them. So we try to have lots of viable decks that are distinct, that play very different from one another, not just activate raw guns resolve or something. We try to create some sub themes within factions. Say, okay, let's say that blue hero in the set will do that thing extra, and we introduce some new mechanics. They are not very developed yet. They are brand new. They have some cards supporting them, and those could be expanded in the next sets
Mm-hmm.
if we see that they're actually fun. If they aren't, they might be benched. Okay, we tried something. That's a sub theme. It didn't work. Let's move forward. But I think they'll be good enough. They've been pretty fun to play with in testing, so I hope people will enjoy them.
No, I look forward to seeing those. I'm sure that you'll do like a themed rollout, so I'm sure that that will come soon.
Yep.
But it's awesome being here, helping to kick off spoiler season. So awesome. I mean, this has been great. I'm gonna put her back up because I've been waiting for Bo forever. So
Yeah.
this is great. So I think we're about wrapped up. Was there anything you had for me, or you wanted to continue to expand on, or kind of turn it over to you?
Yeah, one thing we need to know, I need to thank everyone involved in the whole design process, playtesting, production, art sourcing. Everyone is working really hard to make every set better, and we are learning. We are getting better with every new set, I think. We are uh, we are doing better in the technical department. We have our playtesting files made faster and easier. We didn't have the same problems we had back in FA. We hadn't solved the card creation, but still, every little bit of this work requires time, and it's all volunteer time from people who are very excited about the game. I need to thank every one of them for sure. Talking about that, we will actually be in search for some new designers and playtesters. So expect an article on the website very soon. If you think you can help, feel free to go to the article, and there will be an application form. Go forth and show us what you can do.
I'm sure a lot of people will be chomping at the bit for that. Awesome.
Yeah, hopefully.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for not only your time, but also for the honor of getting to sit down and kick off spoiler season. This is pretty cool. So
Yeah, thanks a lot for all your hard work, for all your videos and your Commando casts and everything. It's very important to have some content flowing, and it's awesome, man. Thank you.
Yep. Well, I've dialed it back a little bit in the last couple weeks, which has actually been better for mental health. But we have no intention of stopping, right? No intention of stopping. So
Yeah.
awesome. Well, this was great. So just remind everyone, thank you very much for tuning in. We're here with Rockntroll, lead designer for ARH 4 Unlikely Heroes, which he just told us is the Clone Wars set, which is like my jam. So very, very exciting. Looking forward to this. Kicking off spoiler season, so videos are going to be coming left and right. Info is going to be coming left and right. Make sure to go check out their webpage. I'll, of course, have a link below for those who aren't aware of it, but it's ARH Star Wars Destiny. Get on their Discord. That's really the first and best place to get real-time info. And like you said, look out for those articles to not only have more spoilers, but also to get involved and see what you can do. I do think you guys are also looking for help on the website. Is that correct?
Yeah, we
Or
currently,
the database, sorry.
the DB, yeah. We have a team that is currently developing the new DB. As you might have noticed, the old DB has some issues, and the site owner is MIA for the last couple of months. There's a problem with creating accounts and updating cards and the reprint list, etc. So we had to do something about that. So we are actually working on the new debit. It should probably be ready it should hopefully be ready for the set's release. That's the plan at least. And we are also uh, working on a new two-player set, as we announced in the stream. Expect more info about that soon. It will be out for sure after Unlikely Heroes, somewhere between set 4 and 5. I'd expect that. And if you want to get involved, just as we said, there'll be an article very soon on our website. We also need some artists. If you're an artist and want to contribute, send a message to an admin, and we'll do something about that. We have some amazing artists already contributing, and you'll see some great art for them as always. And we also have a new artist who will be donating a new piece of art. That'll be very nice. So if you're an artist or you have a friend who's an artist and want to contribute, hit us up with a message. We'll do something, and we'll have to thank you.
That's awesome. So yeah, so Nute, we have more Nute incoming, which is, I love it.
Yep.
Good.
Incoming.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. But again, thank you very much for coming, and thank you everyone for tuning in. And you got to say it with me, man. Go Commando.
Go Commando.
All right.